Okay, in this video, we're going to look at testing for expected exceptions. So on the screen here, I have our index controller, and I have what's a oops handler. And let's update this, call it oops, make that a little more intuitive. So we're mimicking a controller here. And what we want to do is actually throw a specific exception. So we'll say throw new, like so. And it's going to say it's not found. And I'm going to go ahead and create a class for that. And we'll just put that into controllers for now. So I'm setting up an exception class. So we'll go ahead and add that. So that sets that up. So now this is found. And we'll do this, make it a runtime exception so we don't have to declare it. So now that's going to be happy. And what we want to do is set up our test. So we have our index controller test. And we can see that name changed. So this is going to change because right now, if I run this, let's go ahead and run this all together. So again, I'm mimicking a controller action that we have a value not found, and in Spring, we can go in and do special handling based on a controller throwing exception. And this test, we're going to set up to make sure that that test is going to return back, or that value is going to return back an exception. So I'm just going to comment out the existing implementation like so. Now what we can do is come in, assert throws, and we want to say that it's going to throw the value not found exception.class. So the way we're setting this up is I'm doing assert throws, and I say value not found exception class. Then there's a lambda that we're going to pass in. And this is where we're going to do the controller handler. So I'm just going to copy that right on up like so. So we just want to make sure that when this method is called, so let's go over and look at the index controller again. And you can see that the method just simply throws a new value not found exception. So we're writing a test so we make sure that we get that exact exception class. So go ahead and run this now. And now you can see that the test is green because we are, in fact, saying that this method should, and under this test condition, throw that exception. So I'm going to get rid of this commented out code and just clean that up a little bit. So now when I run everything all together, we can see that the two test methods do run happily together. And in this case, the controller is in fact throwing that exception. If it did not throw that exception, our test would fail, and I can actually demonstrate that for you. So if I just comment this out and run the test again, we'll see that when that exception is not thrown, try this one more time. Got a little compiler, so we'll see when that exception is not thrown, we can see that this does in fact fail. And it tells me that this did not pass. So a nice little feature there. So let's go ahead and revert that change. Get rid of that. And now if I click on this one here, it's just going to rerun the failed test. So click on that one, just run that one failed test. And now we can see that we are back to passing conditions. So being able to test exceptions and conditions like this is very important as you're going through setting up your test. Definitely something you want to be doing. A lot of people just test a happy path. It's important to test exception conditions where things do not happen as expected, and you want to make sure that you are properly handling that. So very important aspect of JUnit is being able to test for specific exception classes to be thrown.